Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tara, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at why is your beauty hypnotizing to others? So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 different piles and decks to choose from. So for pile number 1, we have this homemade salt crystal. And we have the star card from the Good Tarot. For pile number 2, we have rose quartz. And we have the card Journey to Wholeness from the Beyond Lemuria oracle. Okay, and then for pile number 3, we have blue lace agate. And we have the 6 of Cups from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most. And that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this homemade salt crystal and the card, the star from the Good Tarot, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what about your beauty is hypnotizing to others. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Also, before we get started, I'd just like to announce I am available for pre-bookings for personal readings for the 5th of February and onwards. So if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can email me in the channel's about section. That's where you can find the email for more information. Okay, so the card you chose is the star. Let's get out all your cards and see what shows up for you. So spirit guides of pile number 1. Spirit guides on my pile number 1. What about their beauty is hypnotizing to others? We have the 8 of Earth, 8 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Air, the Page of Swords. What about their beauty is hypnotizing to others? The Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands. The 9 of Water, 9 of Cups. We have the 8 of Water, 8 of Cups. We have the 4 of Water, 4 of Cups. You have 2 mermaids here. Quite interesting. Okay, and then lastly we have the Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles. At the back of the deck we have the Ace of Water, Ace of Cups. So I'm going to pull two small little oracle cards and then analyze your cards here. So what about my pile number 1's beauty hypnotizes others? We have undying love. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. And we have endings and beginnings. The old must be released so the new can enter. Okay, so my pile number 1's what about your beauty is hypnotizing to others? I definitely feel this energy of you stepping into your power, of you stepping into this place of knowing your worth within this lifetime. I feel the solar plexus energies healing within this lifetime, and you learning to love yourself deeper, you learning to see yourself as worthy, as good enough, as confident, So I really feel like you've been working on your confidence a lot lately, my pile number ones. And a lot of that has to do with increasing this hypnotizing beauty you have. So, what I'm basically seeing here is you've always been a star that shines bright, my pile number ones. You were drawn to the star for a reason because you are a star that shines bright. You're someone that is meant to stand out. You're someone that is meant to shine as you are. You have a lot of star qualities within you, a lot of talents, and your beauty is like a star, you shine bright. And so that is so hypnotizing to others. It's always been hypnotizing, and others have always seen these star qualities within you and your beauty. And it's kind of like, when you look at a star in the night sky and it's so mesmerizing and beautiful, hypnotizing, where you want to stare at it all night. That is how you affect others with your beauty. That is why you have a hypnotizing beauty, because you are the star. You do have a lot of light within your aura, but also within your physical beauty. You're very, very attractive and magnetic. The reason I say within your aura and your beauty, because the star in the normal Rider-Waite tarot depiction is having one foot on earth and one foot in the water, depicting a balance between the spiritual energies and the energies on earth. So physically, you do have a lot of beauty. Even with the Queen of Wands here, you're seen as very sexy. You're seen as very mesmerizing, like the way you move your body even hypnotizes people, because there's something so sexy and enticing about your body, is what I want to say, and your movements. But it's not over the top, I want to say, the sexiness. It's there, but it doesn't overpower your look. And I'd say your look gives off this very confident, determined energy. It's very intense beauty that hypnotizes people, that makes people want to stare at you all the time. Spirit is saying your beauty is pleasurable to look at. And that's why you are showing up as a star. Because people love to stare at you. People love to look at you, whether you realize that or not. That's why your beauty is hypnotizing to others. I just saw 333 on the timer, and getting back to what I said about you building up your confidence. The more and more you build up your confidence, my pile number ones, the more and more you show up in this magnetizing energy, in this hot energy, in this energy of being so attractive to others, energetically and physically, because it expands your beauty hypnotization even more, because 3 is a number of expansion, growth, support. So when you are truly showing up in the world confident in yourself, owning your power, knowing that you're worthy of everything you deserve and desire, all your wishes with the 9 of Cups, then you are showing up even more attractive in the world. Then you are showing up as a star that shines even brighter and bigger. Does that make sense? So I think it's a combination of all those factors. I also feel like when you pour into you, since the star shows an image of the Aquarius water bearer, when you pour into you, when you do self-care, when you do little things for yourself that make you feel good, your aura shines and beams bright. And then even more people are drawn to you. Okay? There's also something about the way you dress that is quite hypnotizing, in the way people kind of like want to keep staring at you, is what I'm getting. I feel like this pile has the type of beauty even within your makeup. Like when you do makeup, when you express yourself through fashion, There's something about self-expression coming through in your beauty that is quite hypnotizing to others, because people start to see a little bit of you come through in terms of your self-expression. So let's say you wear an outfit and you want to give off a specific vibe. 555 on the timer, so many angel numbers. Then you can sort of change people's perspective of you and have them look at you in that way. So let's say, for example, this would be hypnotizing, because as we know, when someone hypnotizes someone, they almost make them do something. So let's say, for example, you are going to a job interview, and you know how the hypnotizers do this, and then they're like, okay, bark like a dog. Example of the energy. You go into a job interview and you dress up very smart, and you dress up in a way where you're wanting to give off a vibe of expressing that you are a trustworthy, safe person. So maybe you would take certain colors that exude a trustworthy presence. Maybe you would dress in a way that makes you look very formal and put together. You know what I mean? And your makeup, your hair, you'd express yourself in that way, and therefore you would hypnotize them into thinking you are that way. It kind of reminds me of a form of glamour magic, but it's not glamour magic. And I'm not a practitioner. I've just seen a bunch of TikToks about these things. So it's like, it's reminding me of that, but it's not magic, but it's kind of giving off a certain vibe within your look, with your self-expression, that makes people view you a certain way. Does that make sense? So let's say today you want to give off this look of being very self-assured and confident and sexy. So then you would express that through your clothes, through your fashion, through your makeup and your hair. And then people would look at you that way, and you would carry yourself that way and embody that energy. So I know this sounds a little bit confusing because there's like different messages in one sentence. But what I'm basically trying to say is, what's hypnotizing about your beauty is the fact that you can express yourself in a way and make people view you in a certain way by embodiment of that energy, fully embodying that energy and captivating people in a way and making them view you a certain way with your self-expression, as well as allowing people to see a part of you through your self-expression. I feel like what is hypnotizing about your beauty, you have a lot of light, a lot of passion, a lot of creativity. And when you show that through your looks, that is even more hypnotizing. So it's reminding me of like fashion shows when they wear something very expressive, like they're expressing themselves. And then people just are looking at them on the runway and they're so mesmerized by them. It's reminding me of that energy, or like, you know, a work of art where you just want to stare at it the whole time. So you give off that type of vibe from your beauty that makes people hypnotized by it. So I do see a bunch of other things here, but before I get into that, my pile number ones, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe, so if you've ever liked any of the videos I posted or you liked this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel, as your support means the world to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. So I feel as though this pile, maybe people perceive you to have had a glow up in some way, or a change within your look, or you're able to quickly change up your look but pull off different types of looks. I'm getting that vibe, and that could be hypnotizing for a number of reasons. If you have had a glow up in other people's eyes, whether it be internal or physical, I guess people are looking at you in a different way, looking at you as if you've released your old identity and now you are stepping into this new identity. And I think people are a little bit shocked by that because you've walked away from limiting beliefs, you've walked away from certain things that weren't serving you or certain things that weren't matching up to this new identity you stepped into. And so there's this new era or version of you coming out to the surface that is quite hypnotizing to others because it's like, whoa, did you just see what pile number one did? Like, they're a completely different person. And if it is a situation where you're able to change up your look a lot, and pull off many different looks, that too is shocking because it's like, I saw you this way and now I'm seeing you this way. And it's like, I think if you do relate to that, I think you are a multidimensional person where, like I said, you express yourself with creativity through your looks. So when you are changing it up and switching it up, it catches people off guard, puts them on their toes, and it's almost like they can't figure out your next move. And so it becomes very hypnotizing because it's like, whoa, like what look are they going to do next? They can pull off any look. So that's really what I see there. And if you've had changes to your look, same thing, but different. Okay, what else am I getting here? Okay, I heard the song You Should See Me in a Crown by Billie Eilish. So there is definitely something about this pile having a regal essence to you within your beauty, giving off this queen or king vibe within your beauty. And I feel the reason why this is hypnotizing to others is because people naturally put you on a pedestal and want to treat you good, want to give to you. I even feel like a lot of people crush on you because your beauty is so hypnotizing, but they may sometimes see you as out of their league. So when you hear certain things about your beauty, some of you may be taken aback because like no one has ever said these things to you, but I feel like many people look at you and see the star within you, see how bright you shine, and think that you already know. They think that you are already confident within yourself. So it's like I see them thinking I don't really need to compliment them because they already know. And I see some crushing, or a lot of people crushing on you because your beauty is so hypnotizing. And then it's like they don't come up to you and speak to you. And then you may hear this reading and be like, what? People crush on me? Because they perceive you to be out of their league. I feel like a lot of people put you on a pedestal, regardless of whether they have a crush on you or not, because you give off that regal energy. And what is hypnotizing about that? Let me just close my eyes quickly. It's hypnotizing because they're looking at you. It's like they're choked up in that moment. They want to stare at you the whole time. They're saying all these things in their mind about you and how great you are, viewing you with all this greatness. But then they're also telling themselves a million reasons why they can't be around you. So it's hypnotizing because one part of them wants to come up to you and speak to you, whereas another part of them feels as though you are out of their league. I feel you're also a very kind-hearted person and a very romantic soul too. But most of all, just very kind-hearted. You're very nurturing. I feel like a lot of animals are drawn to you, a lot of children and babies are drawn to you because of your aura that shines so bright. You are glowing, my pal ones, and some of that like just makes you so hypnotizing. The glow that you have, the radiance that you have, your aura, your vibe, your beauty. But I feel like when you are kind to people and when you show some of that loving side of yourself, that takes people back, and it is hypnotizing because it's like they didn't necessarily expect that from you. When I say hypnotizing in that sense, it's like it's coming through in all these different ways, but in this sense it's like I'm so taken aback that I'm almost like staring, or I don't know what to say back. And as I'm in these people's energy, it's almost like you make them want you in their life even more. And that's why it's hypnotizing. Because they thought that, like, all these things about you are so great, like within your beauty and your vibe. And then when they receive kindness from you, it makes them want you even more. And so that hypnotizes them because you just made them want you even more. Like, I'm hearing that song by Gwen Stefani, something like "Why You Gotta Make Me Like You, Baby," or something like that. Don't know what it's called exactly. So, you are a lot of people's wish fulfillment, and I feel like this is something that happens even to people that don't want it to happen. And that's why it's hypnotizing, because it's like, let's say someone is attracted to you, but they don't want to be attracted to you because, like, let's say, for example, they're taken, or um, it's a situation that would not be good for them. So I'm thinking of an example of, like, let's say you have a sibling and their friend starts to crush on you, and then they're like, I can't be crushing on Pa One because I'm friends with their sibling. It's giving me that type of vibe of like a situation where I shouldn't be wanting you, but I want you. And it's like, why are you hypnotizing me? Why are you making me want you? I see people thinking about you like that. And it's not always situations like that, but it's also situations where you just make people want you when they didn't expect that. I don't really know how to word that, but I'm seeing that. And with this mermaid energy, with the mermaid lure, like they lure people in. The myth of mermaids is that they lure people in, where you're almost like under the siren spell. So I feel like you do have that hypnotizing effect on people with your beauty, where you sort of like put them under the siren spell, where they can't think for themselves anymore. They're just like under the spell, and they're wanting to walk up to you and speak to you. And even if they're someone that's usually shy and usually wouldn't do that, it's like they feel this urge to do that. So that's like the vibe I'm getting here, if that makes sense. I also feel like when people start to see parts and bits of your personality as they get to know you, as they start to speak to you, there's something about them seeing certain parts of your personality where they start to treasure you even more, where they start to for example, like see you as very nurturing, or like let's say they saw you as very confident, but then they realize, you do have self-love, but you're also very humble and kind, and you love to pour into others and devote yourself to others, put in effort towards the people you love, and then they kind of get taken aback by that. I'm seeing that element again. And I feel like you are seen to put in a lot of effort towards your look, that it gives off this sort of vibe of glamour, is what I want to say. When we look at the star card, sometimes we see the star card as like fame or like a celebrity. So if I had to translate this, probably most people watching aren't celebrities, but what I can say is, if I have to translate this to your own life, imagine yourself as a normal person you are, but it's like people almost fan over you secretly inside their head. That's really what I'm getting here. Also, maybe some of you have very beautiful voices or beautiful singing voices that is quite hypnotizing to listen to. Definitely something about your body, the way you move, your fashion style, your self-expression. And there's something very ethereal about the way you look too, since we have the mermaids and the angel here. There's also something very mysterious and intense about your look that makes people very curious towards you, that makes people want to get to know you more and, speak to you, ask you questions. I'm really getting that. Even people from your past, you may still have that hypnotization siren spell effect on them where they still think about you to this day, even though they don't want to. Maybe they want to move on, but it's like some part of them always makes them think about you, or like all of a sudden they're just curious towards you, want to see what's going on in your life, and then they're like, why can't I just stop thinking about pile one? And it won't be like all the time that they're thinking of you. That's not what I'm picking up on, but a sense of like all of a sudden their mind goes back to you, and then they feel this urge to search you up on social media and scroll through things. And do you get what I mean? And something about that's hypnotizing. Like you have this like effect on people where you can stay on their minds for a long time. You're also seen as a treasure to others, like this beautiful diamond. You have that wish fulfillment factor to you, where because you have a lot of beauty, but you also have a lot of inner beauty, a lot of people would wish to have you as a friend, would wish to have you around them in terms of love. So that's what I'm really picking up on here. You're seen as a gift to others. You're seen as a blessing to others. Something so rare, like a rare gem or a rare treasure or diamond that we don't usually find. And why is that hypnotizing, Spirit? Imagine someone finds a treasure in a place they didn't expect. Something about that is like, whoa. So this is all I have for you, pile number ones. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this rose quartz crystal in the card Journey to Wholeness from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what about your beauty is hypnotizing to others. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. But before I get started with your reading, I'd just like to announce I am open for pre-bookings for personal readings. So if you'd like to book with me or have more information, you can email me in the channel's about section. Okay, so your card is Journey to Wholeness. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So spirit guides on my pile number twos. Spirit guides on my pile number twos. What about their beauty is hypnotizing to others? We have Furred and Feathered Friends, card 27. We have Either the Seamless Unspeakable, card 11. We have Full Spectrum, card 26. We have Realm Bridger, card 41. We have Surrender, card 48. What about their beauty is hypnotizing to others? Third Eye Chakra, card 8, Pineal Perspective. And Sacral Chakra, Core of Creation, card 3. At the back of the deck, we have Stepping Through. And now I'm going to just get two small oracle cards. So spirit guides on my pile number twos. What about their beauty is hypnotizing to others? We have Focus Intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. And Fertility. It is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Okay, my pile number 2 is what is so hypnotizing about your beauty? We see the sacral chakra popping out here. And, in this journey to wholeness card, I had to cover her up because she was completely nude with her front area showing. So there's something very sexy about your look that is quite hypnotizing, where people can't take their eyes off you. And it's coming through in a way where there's this mouth-watering effect you have on people. And I don't mean this to sound I don't mean for this to sound weird, but it's like I see people looking at you and just finding you so sexy, so hot. I almost see an image of someone fanning themselves. I see a mental image of that. Like, oh my gosh, that person over there, pal 2, is so hot. Like, very physically hot, okay? Where they can't even contain what they're feeling with surrender here. It just, that feeling kind of just comes out of them, and it's quite hypnotizing because it's like they can't hide how they feel. So if you've ever had situations where, like, let's say someone likes you, someone wants to shoot their shot towards you, as we see here, and like, let's say they start flirting with you, but then they do it early on in a way where you're like, what's going on? What's happening? And even if you dress quite modestly, I feel like you just have a sexiness to you, a hotness to you regardless. But it's like people start to feel attracted very quickly where they can't contain it. And it's hypnotizing because it's like either they have to shoot their shot with you immediately and, try to focus on you and try to, I feel like this sense of like wanting to create a connection with you or date you or something like that, even with the rose quartz that you chose. Or it's like a sense of um you can use your imagination, something else, like wanting you in another way. So I guess it just depends on the person, but then sometimes it's like they want to flirt with you immediately or try shoot their shot with you immediately because they see it as like, okay, this is an opportunity I can't miss out on. Um, Especially like if they want to date you and they're just so attracted to you or they want to get to know you or start something with you. It's like they can't hide how they feel. And then in certain situations where a person doesn't want to, I'm hearing that song, I Don't Want to Fall in Love, Love Cuts Like a Knife. I think it's um Kyle, I Don't Want to Fall in Love, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check. Yeah, it's that song. And actually, in the song, he says, like, heard you got a boyfriend. That's cool, girl, where he at. So, like, even in situations where, like, let's say they have commitment issues and they don't want a relationship, or let's say they don't want to date anyone, but then they're just so attracted to you that they can't hide it, and then they kind of have to run away from you. Like, I'm getting that vibe of someone being so attracted to you that they have to run away from you, that they can't interact with you because they can't hide it. And it makes them do things that they don't want to do, like, talk to you, fall in love with you. I feel like you have an effect on people where they start to be interested in you romantically, even people with commitment issues. Like maybe first they'll be attracted to you physically, find you hot, but then they'll also start to want to date you, but then it's like, I don't want to fall in love. And then it's like a very confusing thing for them where they're kind of being hypnotized by your beauty, but also your inner beauty. I do see a lot of inner beauty in this pile, which I'll get into in a moment. But yeah, I do see that very strongly. So I'm almost picking up on like a Medusa-like energy. Like, you can look, but don't try to touch me, or I'll turn you to stone with my look, with my eyes. I'm getting that vibe. Okay. Yeah, there's like this intense vibe you have from your beauty, this intense sexiness, but also this vibe of like, respect me. Okay, and with Journey to Wholeness here, with all these colors, it reminds me of a peacock. And I'm hearing the word extravagance. So people see an extravagance within your beauty. People see you as someone that truly stands out in your own way. It's like this bright sun over here. You know, you can't ignore the bright sun. Everyone sees it. So it's like you stand out in your own way. And you have a very unique look to you, is what I'm getting to. And maybe you're someone that expresses your uniqueness through the way that you dress. Like maybe for some of you, you dress up very colorful, or you dress up in like pastel colors, or you have your own unique aesthetic. Like I'm seeing coquette in my mind, or like a very edgy aesthetic in my mind, vampy. I'm seeing like an island girl aesthetic in my mind, an earth fairy aesthetic in my mind. So like very unique style and fashion that is hypnotizing to others, because it's almost like they're seeing that peacock for the first time and they've never seen someone so unique and so like expressive of themselves. Or like I'm seeing someone here, maybe you don't have a unique aesthetic, but like I'm seeing someone here that maybe loves to wear glitter eyeshadow and really go all out in the way that they dress, where some may perceive it as extra in a good way, where it's like there's that glamorous quality to it, that extravagance quality to it. Or even if you don't have that specific energy to you, like where you dress up in a specific vibe or aesthetic, or go all out with extravagance in the way that you look, maybe there's just something very unique about your look that catches people's attention and makes them have a second look at you. So there could be something unique about your hair, your facial features, something like that is coming through as well. Maybe some of you even like to wear wigs or dye your hair different colors. Because I really pick up on a uniqueness from this pile that's being highlighted to me. That's so hypnotizing, like a peacock. Okay. I do see a bunch of other things here in my pile number twos, but before I get into that, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, or if you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and the bigger the channel gets, the more content I can put out. So I'm so grateful to anyone that supports this channel, and I'm sending you so much love and gratitude, and I hope you enjoy this rest of the reading. I don't mean to make this sound weird or creepy, like that's not the intention I have here with this reading, but it's like it's almost like you have a hypnotizing beauty that's so hot where people almost think thoughts of you that they don't want to think. It's giving me that vibe. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with what I see here. It's like you're kind of I don't want to say you're controlling their mind, but you're hypnotizing them in a way where they don't want to think that way and then they think that way. Does that make sense? And I feel like your beauty is hypnotizing because it's always ever growing. You know, here with these plants that are growing, with the rain, you know, I feel like your beauty is always ever growing, which is hypnotizing to others because it's like the more you age each year you grow in age, but you also grow in beauty, and your wisdom starts to show on your face. Your healing starts to show on your face. Your your happiness for life starts to show on your face. I hope that makes sense. And that's hypnotizing to others, because the more they see you grow as a person, the more they see you bloom as a person. I feel this is my pile of people that are always blooming, always growing, always transforming, on a self-improvement journey. And so the more you improve your inner being, the more you almost like give off this glow within your aura, where people notice you even more, where you start to have that wisdom show on you, that knowledge, that self-assuredness show on you. And the more you look whole within yourself, the more you are like at peace with yourself. Does that make sense? So the more you grow as a person, the more it shows through your beauty. Not necessarily that there are any physical changes to your beauty. There could be, but it's like it shows through your vibe, through the way that you carry yourself, and therefore people start seeing you that way. I feel like part of it is your physical beauty, but also part of it is your inner beauty, where people kind of intuitively get that vibe from you. So with the ether here and the realm bridger and third eye, it's like people see your vibe and it's very colorful. I feel like a lot of animals are drawn to you. Maybe you'll relate to Pal 1. It's very similar in a way, but different. I feel like a lot of animals are drawn to you. A lot of children are drawn to you. Like, a lot of people are drawn to you in general, because you have such a beautiful aura and vibe to you. And you come from the heart space. But also these sacral chakra energies where I think you're learning to love yourself and find confidence in yourself and find wholeness within, and kind of like surrender to the healing journey. And the more and more you grow and bloom, the more people see that within your vibe and aura. The more you grow in happiness and joy and find a gratitude for life, the more people see that within your aura. But even when you go through painful moments and you have and encounter some growth from it, the more people see it in your aura, the more you start to glow. So it's almost like that quote, no rain, no flowers. So even with the rain, metaphorically, you start to bloom. I feel like you have this very go with the flow vibe, very colorful vibe to you that makes people very drawn to you intuitively too. And I think on an intuitive level, people want to be around you because of your energy too. So that too is like a beauty within you that is hypnotizing, that grows more and more and more they get to know you. And with either here, I feel like your beauty has an effect on others, where with even the third eye chakra, like they can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop dreaming about you. They can't get you off their mind. Like, that's the effect your beauty has on them. That's really what I'm getting there. Where all they can focus on is you. So with this back of the deck card, we see a lot of hearts around her and bubbles. So what I take from that is your beauty is hypnotizing, where it makes people start to crush on you and, want to be around you, and even platonic crushes. Not just your outer beauty, but your inner beauty. There's also something about your voice that is very hypnotizing. And I think people just want to keep you around. We see a lot of butterflies here. So you're that butterfly everyone wants to catch and keep for themselves. You could have that very free-spirited look to you too. Very free and flowy. That is hypnotizing to others. Also, your healing energy is hypnotizing to others. Because I feel like just being around you, people feel into your vibe and they can feel your healing energy, and it's hypnotizing where it almost puts them in this trance like but comforted state. I'm going to pull more of your cards here, get more information. What about my pile two's beauty is hypnotizing to others? We have awakened awareness. From this card, like, I'm drawn into the eye, and like people's eyes are on you all the time. Whether you realize it or not, that's the hypnotizing effect you have on people. We have life force energy. So there's something about your smile, your playfulness, your laughter that is so hypnotizing to others because it makes you look like you're glowing with more color, more vibrancy within your vibe and your aura, and your smile is very beautiful and hypnotizing. Your playfulness. When you're full of life force energy, when you're full of gratitude, when you're full of joy, when you're full of love, and you are open to others, people can feel that energy and it makes you 10 times more attractive and beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen someone like take a photo and they try to pose and it looks forced, but then when they're laughing and then someone takes a photo of them where they're not realizing and then they just look so beautiful. It's giving me that vibe. Like when you're just carefree, when you're just being yourself, people see into your beauty and it's hypnotizing. There's also something very hypnotizing about your wisdom. As you grow, as you start to understand yourself a lot better, as you start to understand the full spectrum of life a lot better, you know, the highs and the lows of life, you gain more and more wisdom, and that's hypnotizing. I know that's not part of your beauty, but it is kind of. I hope you get what I mean. Okay, we have healing. So that confirms what I said before. And we see lots of hearts here. Like, I feel like you have that hypnotization effect that makes people love you, that makes people want to be around you. We have new blueprints. So again, there's a uniqueness to you. There's like this one of a kind factor to you that not many people see every day. So, like I said, you could have unique features, unique facial features, like things people have never seen before. It's very new. It reminds me of certain models where they have a unique facial feature and then they become a famous model because of that. Or they have something that makes them stand out in a striking way. And then they become, you know, like a famous model because of that. Let's get two last cards and then I'm going to end off. Okay, you have a bunch here. We have the sound of the universe. So definitely your voice, your laughter, the way you sound, the way you walk is hypnotizing to others. Your eyes could also be pretty hypnotizing to others. And like I'm seeing when you move around, like your hair. We have heart chakra unfurling back to love. We have home. And we have alignment. So I'm almost getting this vibe from you. All eyes are on you, but only a few people get to reside in your heart. And people know that. People can see that. It's like you're very, I don't know how to describe this. You're very selective of who you give your heart to. You protect your heart. And your heart is the most beautiful thing to be able to receive, to be able to be in, you know? So when people do get to experience that with you, it makes them feel special because it's like, all eyes are on you. I'm hearing bad bitch. Sorry for my language. I know some people don't like being called that, but I hear that. I don't mean it in an offensive way. But it's like all eyes are on you, but you get to choose who you want to be around, and that makes it even more desirable to others. So this is what I have for you, pile 2. This is how your beauty and why your beauty is so hypnotizing to others. So I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this blue lace agate heart and the 6 of cups, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what about your beauty is hypnotizing to others. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to announce that I am open for pre-bookings for personal readings for the beginning of February. So if you'd like more information or if you'd like to book with me, you can send me an email where you can find the email address in the channel's about section. Okay, so the card you chose is the 6 of Cups. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So spirit guides on my pile number 3s. Spirit guides on my pile number 3s. What about their beauty is hypnotizing to others? We have the 6 of Swords. What about their beauty is hypnotizing to others? I need to cover this card. Give me a moment. Okay, so we have integrity. Okay, we have the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords, the Crone. What about my pile 3's beauty is hypnotizing to others? The 2 of Swords. We have the Scribe. I actually feel like pulling 2 more cards. No, wait. I'm going to use another oracle deck for you. So, spirit guides of pile 3. What about their beauty is hypnotizing to others? We have the arts. Express yourself through creative activities. And we have bold. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. Wonderful. Okay, so my pile number 3s. What about your beauty is hypnotizing to others? There's definitely something about your hair that is so hypnotizing. The way your hair moves when you're moving around, when it's loose. I'm even seeing a woman with wet hair. There's something very sexy about you with wet hair. Yeah, like I'm almost getting a mental image of someone like swimming in water and then they flip their hair over and they look so sexy, or swimming in water and your hair looks so flowy, or your hair could just look flowy like when you are outside and then the wind is blowing your hair. Like something about your hair is really hypnotizing in a way and beautiful, and it makes people just want to stare at your hair. It makes people very captivated by your hair, where it's almost like they want to touch your hair. I'm even seeing for some here, like let's say you are a woman and you have very beautiful hair, and like a younger kid sees your hair and they want to play with your hair or braid your hair, because I'm seeing a mental image of Tangled when they were braiding her hair, the little kids. So there's something even about younger people looking up to you and wanting to look as beautiful as you as they grow older. Yeah, there is a definite sexiness to this pile with the Queen of Wands and integrity here, since she came out nude. So there's something very sexy about you, your face, your body, something about you looking very bold and confident and independent. So there's definitely like a hotness here that is hypnotizing, that makes people just want to stare at you all day long. Like I'm even getting a photogenicness from this pile. Like, let's say you post a picture on social media and people are just scrolling, but then all of a sudden they come by your post and they're just hypnotized by your beauty, that they're there for like 3 minutes just staring at you, and there's nothing going on in their mind specifically per se, but then they realize like, whoa, I just spent 3 minutes staring at this person. And then they get out of that hypnotized mode. Does that make sense? So there's something about that. There's a sexiness here, but still this energy of people respecting you, since we have the card integrity. I always want to say, I feel like some of you have cat-like eyes. Also, what I'm noticing is we have 2 cats here and a big cat. So there's something about your appearance that gives off like a cat-like quality. I don't know how to describe that, but that's what I'm seeing. Also, what I noticed was when I started your pile, there is a fly here for some reason. And when I see flies in a reading like this just tells me that you're so beautiful, that your beauty is so hypnotizing, that others may actually get jealous of it. Because flies in a reading are negativity or jealousy. So you're so hypnotizing, you're so beautiful, that others get jealous of that hypnotization factor that you have, that sexiness you have. So like, let you see it? I don't know if you just saw it there, but like, let's say you are walking around in public and someone else dressed up, and people are staring at you instead of them. They could get very angry and jealous. Or let's say I'm even seeing a situation where this is not a nice energy, but let's say someone is out with their partner and then their partner stares at you because you're so attractive, and then they get angry at you instead of the partner. The partner's the one that's in the wrong for staring, not you. Do you get what I mean? It's like that type of energy is what I'm feeling. So yeah, okay. Anyways, I'm also seeing an energy here of like the 6 of Cups card, since her skin is green, it kind of reminds me of an alien. So I don't know if you have like a unique beauty that is very rare that can't be found anywhere, or if you just have like a beauty that is sort of out of this world and very, very much like can't be compared, can't be found easily. Some of you could even resonate with having like a magical like appearance to you. What do I mean by this? So like I'm seeing someone here looks very magical in like a princess way, or someone here looks very ethereal. Like that's the vibe I'm getting here. Or angelic. And when I say alien, like I'm almost seeing a mental image of a cartoon with a pretty alien woman, and someone starts crushing on her because she said hello to him and she was so kind to him, and now he's crushing on her for years before even admitting, and it's like a silent crush. Like, so you may get many people crush on you because your beauty is so hypnotizing. But I feel like it's a mixture of your beauty, but also your kindness, your kind heart, your kind nature. I feel like you have this very peaceful vibe, but you're also very unique. And you make people feel nostalgic in some way. You may even have that hypnotizing beauty that makes people nostalgic about past memories with you, even when they don't have you in their life anymore. So you could have that hypnotizing beauty that you're the one that got away, but not just your beauty, it's also your heart. You know, I feel like you bring a lot of happiness and joy in other people's lives. I feel like you're very independent, and I'm hearing the word baddie, so you could be seen as a baddie. But you also bring out a gentleness and a sweetness within you to others, where you make other people feel at peace. And so, because of all this mixed together, you may stay stuck in people's minds for a long time, where they can't help but reminisce on certain memories you have together. Like, I'm even seeing an example of someone here that has an ex that still thinks back to memories, even though they have a new partner. 1333 on the clock, confirmation. Okay, I do see a bunch of other things here, but before I get into that, I do have a small favor to ask from you, my pal number threes. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, or you like this reading up until now, can you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? I'm so grateful to all your support, to anyone that supports this channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps my channel grow, put out new content. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. What I was speaking about before, it's weird that taken people are coming up. It's not intentional because I feel like it's very wrong. But maybe you sometimes have people that are taken become attracted to you. Now the fly came to me as I said that. So yeah, the jealousy may also be because of that. Like they're scared you steal their person away. But you are someone with integrity and a beautiful heart that I don't see you as someone like that. I don't think you'd even want someone that's taken. Like, I don't see that from your energy. But anyhow, I feel like, yeah, there's something about a lot of sexiness here to your body too. Like if you ever wear clothing that shows a little bit of skin, or like I'm seeing someone at the beach in a bikini or something like that, people could be hypnotized by your sexiness. Also, as I say that, I started like shaking my leg, like in a way where I was nervous. So your sexiness makes people nervous in some way. The hypnotization effect of it. Because if you look at the water in the background, it's self-explanatory. You can imagine like the effect it has on people. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that because this is not an 18 plus reading. But I feel like you're seen as someone very magnetic. You know, very confident in yourself, very bold, like you stand out in your own way. And I feel like there's also something very hypnotizing about your eyes. You have very kind eyes. Your smile, your laughter, your voice with the Queen of Swords, maybe even your singing voice. Your lips. Like when you talk, there's something about the way you move your lips. Definitely your smile. I see someone here has dimples, clairvoyantly. Your hair keeps coming up. If anyone here wears like different colored wigs or dyes their hair different colors, that's coming through. That could be hypnotizing to others, the way you do your makeup too. Hypnotizing in the way they want to keep staring. Also jewelry. Your jewelry could be quite hypnotizing to the eye. Like where they unintentionally like stare at it for a long time. And also the way you dress, because you give with this very bold energy, like you are your authentic self in the world. You don't mind being bold and wearing something that others may usually shy away from. So that shows a confidence in yourself. And with the crone here, as you grow with age, you age like fine wine, my pal threes. The arts here also makes me feel you could be very creative with the way you express yourself, either through like you just being you in the world. That could be seen as beautiful to others. You could be creative with the way you do your makeup, your hair, your fashion style. Like I'm hearing fashion statements. And with the scribe here, I feel like this card talks about a record keeping of the past, present, and future. So I feel like some people look at you and how you looked in the past, how you look presently, and maybe even in the future. And they will kind of keep a record of it in their mind where they're like, okay, pile three looked like this then, they look like this now, and they look like this in the future. Like, whoa, they've always been beautiful and they just keep growing with beauty, more and more and more beauty. And I feel like with the Two of Swords, most of the time it's a choice to become hypnotized by you, like where they want to be hypnotized by you, whoever we're picking up on here. So I'm going to pull some more cards. I want to get more information. What about my pile three's beauty is hypnotizing to others? I have the Two of Cups. It makes people want to start connections with you, start to fall in love with you. You may even have certain people where they crush on you and daydream about, like they start to think about a connection with you where you are almost like hijacking their thoughts. Well, you are not doing that, but it feels like that to them, like you're hijacking their thoughts. But no, maybe they're just attracted to you and they have a crush on you. And we also have faith. So yeah, a lot of people daydream about you, think you have a very dreamy beauty to you, a very like romantic essence to your beauty in the way that you look that makes people want to fall in love with you. And like I said, there's like, you look like a very lovable and trustworthy person where a lot of people trust you instinctively and immediately. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. And I'm really drawn into this card and these two women that look almost similar. So I'm getting this intuitive feeling from this card. Also, I'm noticing Nine of Cups wants to come out. A lot of people wish to be with you or wish to be like you. This pile may have certain people try to mimic you because they see that other people are attracted to you and they see that other people are like just very you have a very charismatic vibe, like where other people trust you easily, where other people crush on you very easily, like you very easily, even in just not the romantic sense, like other people want to be around you, form relationships to you. So some of them become heartbroken and like very jealous, whereas some of them want to emanate that vibe and like want and wish for other people to like them in the same way. So they may try to copy your style or copy the way you do your hair or the way you speak. Try to become a replica of you. Like I'm seeing clairvoyantly those necklaces that are like one of a kind. There's only one in the world. And then people try to make copies of those necklaces. So I'm seeing energies like that. We have the Queen of Pentacles. You have this wish fulfillment factor to you where a lot of people wish to be around you. We have the Queen of Cups. So you're showing up as all the queens here. And if you know tarot, you'll know that the Empress is all the queens in the tarot. So I'd say you give off this very much like Empress vibe. And this type of vibe of like, I can be sexy, I can be cute, I can be this and that at the same time. I hope that makes sense within your beauty. I see a multidimensionality here. Like, okay, I can pull off many different aesthetics, many different looks, many different hairstyles. Just because your beauty is you shining through, your self-expression showing through, that you may have many different sides to you. And so I see this energy of like people kind of getting hypnotized by that, because it's like, whoa, it's like your different, I don't want to say different personalities show through, but different sides to your personality show through in your creativity with the Ace of Wands. And again, we see sexiness with the Ace of Wands, highly attractiveness. If you ever wear lip gloss or something about your lips, like if you ever wear lipstick, it could be very hypnotizing. Your eyes too, like I said before. Also, like when people start to see your heart and your more emotional nature, your more nurturing side, I guess that message is coming up again. Yeah, so I'm seeing the same message show up again. So I think this is where I'm going to leave your reading pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!